Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another predictions video. It has been a while since the major. We have the first open of the Paris split for North America, and there has been some teams that have changed, so I'm here in the Swiss. We're gonna briefly go through who made main events, because the main event has some very lopsided groups. And if you aren't already, please like and subscribe, as it really does help my channel out a lot. And don't be happy, let's get into the predictions. So if we go to Swiss A, the biggest notable thing was Genji beat NRG, which is kind of crazy because Genji looked really shaky in the round 1 especially. They should not be going to game 5 with Spacebound Cowboys. Foot also got 3-0, beating M80. M80 and Energy get in, and then a VP actually goes all the way to game 5 after losing to Strictly Business 3-0. So that's the highlights for Swiss A. Here's Swiss B. Not as much chaos as the other one. This one was way easier than the other one. That's why Shopify SSG make 3-0. Dig go 3-1. All-wheel drive and 1. Immigrants next to new. I think that's how you pronounce it. And Freedom again. A lot of no signed orgs here that actually qualified out of here. This group was significantly easier to qual out of. Let's go to main event and start predicting. We are going to go to Group A first because this is the easier bracket. Group B is actually fucked. If you see, only 4 of these teams are making it. But Genji get absolutely blessed with a bracket here. And we'll see if they can capitalize on it. This is what they get for being NRG. So I'm gonna say 3-0 against the Immigrants. Immigrants is Cream, Speed, and Hazo. I'll give them one game. I think that shouldn't be a sweep. All-wheel drive and Strictly Business. I think Strictly Business should handle this pretty easily. We'll say 3-1. SSG, Crack, and Seas. I still like the SSG roster. Scribbles is back. If you guys have not seen, if you guys are living under a rock, Scribbles is back playing under SSG. Took a little break. Still on the leaderboards. They look shaky. Actually, I don't know. They looked iffy. Even though they're 3-0, 3-2, yeah, this first matchup. I watched this first matchup and they did look a little bit shaky, but they cleaned it up and, 3-0 dig to go 3-0. Anyways, without the sidetracks, M80 next to you. Still like this M80 roster. I'm going to go 3-1. That next to you's roster is pretty good, so they might be able to make a top 8 out of this worst group. Strictly Business Gen G. Now, I am tempted to have Strictly Business beat Gen G here in the rematch. They played each other in the Swiss, and they went to game 5. So this is a definitely beatable matchup for Strictly Biz. With Frosty on Gen G now, they look like a new team. Frosty was kind of carrying that squad, I'm not going to lie. They look like a new 4-better team. I don't think it's going to be enough for Strictly Business. I think they're going to flip the script. And they're going to make a top 6, which is huge for the first regional. That's huge. And Genji should still make a top 8 here. SSG M80. As much as I like Mech, I think SSG should handle M80 pretty handily, honestly. And then the lowers, Immigrants, all-wheel drive. This is AJ's group. I think that's going to be 3-2. I think Immigrants should be all-wheel drive. Or it's AJ, Wellis, and Andrew. I think Immigrants should take it. 5. Crack and Seas next to new. I think next to new actually have some potential here. I think it's a 3-wood. Actually, I think it's a sweep. And let's go to lower semis. M80 Immigrants. I think MA should go 3-0 as well. And Gen G, I think they're going to be shaky. I think they're going to come out slow after the Strictly Business loss. And they're going to reverse sweep to qualifying. I think they're going to go drop down to Gen G's going to reverse sweep. Alright, now Group B, which is going to be very unfortunate for at least one of these teams. Shopify, the fellas. Fellas are Sai, Andy, and Jazzy. I definitely spelled that name wrong, but I think Shopify should handle this. They still look pretty good. They ain't no NRG though. I think NRG is going to beat one here. I'm still hopeful in NRG, even though they lost against Gen G. Gen G's beat them twice now this year, which is very strange. Foot and Freedom. Foot actually look really good with Justin. Yeah, I think both Foot and Gen G upgraded in their trade. They both look better on paper, and they both look better during the Swiss stage. So they both can make a run for the major. I think Foot beat Freedom 3-1. Dig VP. That's just so unfortunate, bro. VP also went to round 5, so it kind of makes sense. But I do not like group still. This is obviously the best first matchup we have. Oh my god, I've done 3-1 on every single one. That was not on purpose. Oh my gosh. Dig VP. I'm gonna say VP take it. And 5. I think that's obviously really close. I think VP takes it. Hopefully they don't fall off after that first split. I really like all those players on that team. But I also like Dig. VP, I am just scared that they're gonna fall off after this first split, which I'm really hoping doesn't happen. I want to see them at Worlds. Let's go down to the lowers. Fellas and 1. I think Fellas should handle this pretty well. I'll say a sweep 3-0. Freedom and Dig. I think Dig should stomp them, honestly. We'll go 3-0 as well. Alright, Shopify NRG. We have seen this matchup a couple times. And I think that... Who drops down here? Wow, they play Dig. Wow, that's so crazy, bro. This corner, bro. Freedom kind of gets screwed. That's Forky's team. They kind of get fucked no matter where they go. I think Energy's just a better team. They just have a better ceiling. Like, Shopify's ceiling isn't, like, comparable to Energy, in my opinion. And I think Energy's going to be on point. But yeah. Foot and Virtus Pro. These are kind of the two teams I think are fighting for that spot. Hopefully, again, like I said, hopefully Virtus Pro doesn't fall off the face of the earth. The split. Foot have looked better. They look really promising. They did lose all their RLCS points, so it is kind of risky. I'm going to go Foot beats VP in 5. That's a crazy bracket for Foot to get out, but they make a top 6. VP should handle 1. They still make a top 8. Shopify Dig. Wow, dude. I have Dig coming out of that. I think Shopify beat Dig, but that's so crazy. It's crazy that Dig are the ones that get eliminated. This matchup is so important because you play loser of Energy Shopify. Oh my god. That's so big. I think this decides who makes top 8. Wow. Shout out Group B, man. Alright, here's the playoffs. I don't want to even talk about that. That's crazy. SSG, NRG, Foot and Strictly Business. Wow, a top 4 matchup here. Holy bless, dude. Genji VP and Shopify M80. I don't hate this top 8. Let's get it predicting. Shopify and M80. We've seen this matchup before. I think Shopify are better. I just don't think M80 has the consistency. They can peak. They have a low ceiling, but they have a high floor. Like, they don't really change its skill. They're pretty consistent. I think M80 have a really high ceiling, but they're really inconsistent. If M80's peak on the day, they could definitely beat Shopify to make Champ Sunday. But I don't think I see it, and I see a 4th. I see a sneaky Game 7, actually. I'll take a Game 7. Genji VP. I don't even know who I pick here. Dude, there's so many important matchups, especially in the first regional, bro. I don't know who. Genji's on the uprights. I think VP's on the downfall. Oh, I hate to do VP like this, bro. But I'm leaning towards Genji. They look better. They genuinely look better. I was kind of a hater for the first split, but they look better in the Swiss. Again, they beat NRG again. But I don't like it. I think VP beat them. I feel like I'm just a hater. I don't know if I'm just a hater or not. They lose to Strictly Business and then lose to VP. They just looked iffy. I don't know. Genji's a weird team. They beat NRG and then go to a Game 5 with Space Down Cowboys. No disrespect to them, but sorry, I just gotta take that in consideration. That's rough. I'm very unconfident this time. If you guys cannot tell. SSG, NRG. SSG look good. NRG, I am still very hopeful about them, even though they're top 4 finish. Like, they still look good in Boston. They only lost to the finalists. Like, they still are a top level team, like a world's contender. And I'm gonna say 4-2. Foot and Strictly Business. I think this is a blessed run for Foot. I think Foot are a better team than Strictly Business. So I'm gonna say 4-1. Blessed up bracket. You gotta make it out of here. If you beat VP here, like, I think it's a top 4. Because I think Foot beat Genji as well. In my opinion, if that happens, which is very likely. SSG, VP. I think SSG are... Well, it's so hard after these long breaks, dude. It's so hard. But I'm going to say SSG win this in another Game 7. I have to go with it. Strictly Business, Shopify. I think Shopify are better, but Strictly Business can make a sneaky top 4. Don't see it happening. And we have our top 4, Foot SSG. Ooh, Foot top 2 would be insane. That would be insane, and that could be way wrong. I think I've been way wrong for the Boston split pretty hard. I don't think it happens. I think Foot falls short, run out of gas. And I'm gonna say SSG Stomp for 1, but that puts Foot in a good position to make Paris. If they make Paris, they'll do good in Paris. They could take that world spot. Again, they forfeited all their RLCS points because they traded 2 of their players on the roster. Cheese was the only one still on there. So they really got to start from the bottom up. Energy Shop. I'm surprised this isn't the final rematch here. I feel like Energy Shopify always play. I could see Shopify winning. This might be hating, but I think Shopify make a run. I don't know. They won the first regional, but that might happen again. Grand final, SSG Shop. Dude, I just don't know. Some top level teams look just very interesting against like some bubble teams. Like SSG went to game 5 with Snappers. Shopify looked good. They slept through. But I think your RLCS Paris Regional number 4 champ is going to be Shopify Rebellion. I think that's going to be 4-1. I think Shopify, if they beat Energy here in this comeback, I think they're going to split. That's very possible. I think Shopify do take the first regional. This puts Worlds rankings. Oh my god, that's crazy. Huge gap in between top 4 and 5 for Worlds. And then Paris, obviously that's not going to change much, but Worlds ranking is like, look at this gap if this happens. That's crazy. Really, I just gotta look at LCQ at that point. But there's my predictions. If you want to predict for yourself, I have linked this in the description below. Also, you could share your predictions into my Discord, which will also be in my description, as I really do like to look at you guys' predictions. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. As I said earlier, really does help the content get pushed out more. And see you guys in the next video.